Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Worley's Watch Box. And today we're going to be looking at a newer sort of reissue from Bulova. And I gotta say, this review kind of gave me issues. This is actually the second time I'm doing this review, like the second take, because the first one I just wasn't too happy with how it turned out. I thought I was a little too hard on this watch because, you'll come to see this is not a fancy watch by any means. And I kind of dinged it for the lack of polish this thing has. But I realized that wasn't really fair because you'll notice, I don't know if you can see it from there, but this is a field watch, military field watch, or that's the look it's trying to go for. And I think I was just a little too hard on it. So I've redone my scoring and redone the review. Now, this watch by Bulova, I think came out in late 2019, maybe early 2020. I'm not sure. I got it in 2020, and it's been a great watch so far, but I was looking for a field watch, and instantly I looked through the Hamilton Khaki line. They have so many watches in there. I really like the Hamilton Khaki mechanical, but then I came across this Bulova and I was kind of taken aback. I'm like, wow, this is actually really nice, and it's cheaper than the Hamilton. So I ended up going with this, and I have no regrets whatsoever. No diss on Hamilton. Hamilton's a great brand. But yeah, I'm been very happy with this Bulova. So with that said, let's jump into the review. Alright, so here's the watch up close. As you can see, I think it is quite a looker. I really like the dial layout of this watch and the hands. Really everything about it. It really is, really has been a good watch since I bought it. Now, this review is going to be just like all the other reviews, same format, so let's just jump right in. The timekeeping is well within the minute for me, and that's all I care about. It's kept a very good time for the past few days. The movement, I believe it's a Miyota movement, so it's not, the highest end, but Bulova is owned by Citizen now, so technically you can say it's an in-house movement, I think, but, nothing fancy. Kind of a lower end movement, but hey, timekeeping's good and it gets the job done, so that's all that matters. Now, the functionality of this watch is pretty good. I will say that I'm a little disappointed with the water resistance. It's only got 30 meters, 30 meter depth rating. The lume is subpar, and what you're going to see here in the lume shot really isn't as good as it is in the flesh, and I shined like a 1500 lumen flashlight on it there, so yeah, it looks kind of good in the video, but in the flesh it's just not too great, and it's kind of underwhelming. So if you're hoping to use this at night or get through the night with it, I really wouldn't recommend it there. And I do wish that the second hand was loomed as well, but nothing too bad, nothing too bad. So functionality wise, it does what it's supposed to do, tell the time in an efficient manner, excuse me. So, I'm not going to harp on it too much. Now, the strap, this is not the original strap it came with. This is a Blue Shark pajama strap, as they call it, and I think it pairs very nicely with the watch, but the band it came with is this one right here. And so, this band I think fits it very well, and I have no complaints about this. I'm actually going to give it a 10 out of 10 on this in the scoring. I just think that this color combo, I just liked it. I just liked it better, so I stuck it on there. But it's nice. It's not stiff. It's a two-piece leather NATO. It's even signed there on the buckle, and I have no complaints about this strap whatsoever. I just happen to like this color combo, so I went with that. Now, the finishing on this, and like I said, this is pretty much take two. This isn't supposed to be some fancy finished watch. It's a rugged field watch, and that's exactly how this is finished and what it's supposed to be. And I kind of took some points off in the first go around because, you know, it's not the most elegant looking thing in the world, but it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be a rugged field watch, and it does that perfectly. So, you know, the finishing on this, I'll give it a 9 out of 10 because it's just done very well for what it's supposed to be. And so I'm not going to harp on it too much. Now the crystal, I will take off a few points. No anti-reflective coating, you know, that I really don't think that's a big deal, but it is a domed mineral crystal, so it will be subject to some scratches, and I don't know if it shows up on the camera too much, but I think there are some little micro scratches here on where it starts to flatten out. But, you know, it is what it is. This watch is not priced very high, so I don't expect much, but I still think it would be better to have a sapphire crystal. Now, moving on to the case design, I think it's very well done. I mean, Bulova has done some reissues in the past, but I think this one looks very, very good. You know, it's done kind of in a modern way with and I guess this kind of goes with the finishing too, the gray plated ion coating or whatever it is. I think it's some sort of ion plating, but it looks pretty good. And the case design, you know, is nice. It's got some sharp edges, but it's a rugged field watch, as I've said over and over already. So really not a whole lot of complaints there. It would have been nice for maybe a little bit more beveling, maybe around the lugs or something. But other than that, not too shabby. Now the size is 38 millimeters, and you'll see it fits very well on my wrist. 38 millimeters is kind of my favorite size for a watch. Kind of hits that sweet spot for me, and you know, 10 out of 10 on size there. The dial also gets a 10. I mean, I just really love the layout of this watch. It's done very, very well. You know, some might think that the 24-hour markers are, you know, taking up a little bit too much space or too big, but I think they're great. I think they look nice. I really like the contrast in it, and then I really like the old Bulova font there as well for their logo. I think that looks very, very nice. Now, the value of this watch, I believe new. You can pick this up for $360 from Bulova's website. You know, it's $360 I think is a little steep for the movement you're getting. I think this would be well placed maybe around, at full retail, maybe around $300. But you can get this on the gray market for in the probably mid to low twos. I'm not sure about the used market though. Gray market, definitely within the mid to low twos, but used, I'm not sure what these are going for. So with that, let's get into our scoring. And so our timekeeping, we're going to give that a 9 out of 10. The movement, we will give a 7. The functionality, we'll give an 8. The strap and the bracelet, I'm going to give it a 10. I know I don't wear it on there, but I already explained why not. The finishing, a solid 9. The crystal, an 8. You know, wish it wasn't mineral, wish it was sapphire. And I guess there are other watches in this price point that do come with sapphire crystals, so, you know, it's not going to get a free pass there. The case design, a 9. The size, a 10. The dial, I know I said 10 earlier, but I'm actually going to give it a 9, and this pairs in with the functionality that the lume isn't that great. So I'll give the dial a 9, and the overall value of this, I'm going to give a 9 as well, especially if you can find it on the gray market or possibly the used market. So that gets a total score of an 88, which is pretty good. You know, it just beats out the Seiko SRP 773, the Turtle, and sits under the Christopher Ward by a couple points. So overall, a really good watch, and I would recommend it. Alright guys, so this wraps up this review. I'm not sure what watch I'll do next. I'm thinking of maybe a Seiko, maybe a dress watch Seiko, since we've already done a diver. I've got the Seiko SD-GM001, that comes to mind. I really love that watch, so stay tuned for that. I think that'll be our next one. And also have another watch coming. It is a Christopher Ward, and we'll do an unboxing of that, but you'll just have to wait and see that. So please leave your comments in the comment section below. And if you like the video, hit like and hope you subscribe. Thanks guys, and we'll see you next time.